original haram.
Oh, beautiful, so elegant, just looking like a wow. Just looking like a wow.
So, you're from Pakistan?
Yeah.
Which means that you're Pakistani, yeah?
You're Pakistani, yeah. You're Pakistani, yeah. You're Pakistani, yeah.
कोई सारी यार कोई लिमिट होती है ना
Just looking like a wow. To sacrifice my own life for Pakistan.
This is the Two Old Fashioned Podcast with Eshaan and Preet Singh.
I went to Pret,
yeah
right? It's like, we're recording this at like 12:30 on Monday.
yeah
I've not eaten yet because I try and eat around between 12 and 1.
yeah
So I went to Pret to get my breakfast and I said, do you have porridge? This woman looked at her watch, looked at the clock that they've got, looked at me and went, it's lunchtime. And I was like, why are you being so sassy?
I rate that.
No, because I think the world is too designed for like 9 to 5 people. It just happened now.
But no, but there's like a set. I know that we live unconventional lives and that's
Yeah.
fine, but there's a set understanding that like breakfast ends around 11.
No. Breakfast ends at 12.
No, absolutely not.
Breakfast is from 8 till 12. That is the breakfast. Well, 6 till 12.
Brother, that's half a day.
Okay, breakfast, 6 till 12.
Yeah.
Lunch, 12 till 3.
Okay.
Or maybe 4.
Okay.
Tea, 4 till 6. And dinner, 6 till midnight.
How many
That's the
meal-
window.
Look, how many meals are you having a day?
No, I'm just saying for the world. No. I'm just saying for the world. For the world, the design is 8 till 12 is... Sorry, 6 till 12 is the breakfast period.
Yeah.
12 till 3, maybe 4 is your lunch period.
Right.
4 till 6, you shouldn't really be eating, but if you do, that's like your...
I think that's such nonsense. And the reason why, I understand what you're saying. We lead unconventional lives.
I think it's for the world, but...
But no, yeah, okay, even the world, right? Let's talk about the world. Majority of people have set allocated meals, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, in Punjab,
Yeah.
if somebody was like breakfast at 12, he in a mental patient, send him to
Yeah.
send him to a mental.
But he's up
hospital.
early, like, sowing the ground or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here in the UK,
Yeah.
majority of people have working hours, right?
Yeah.
So it's all based around that.
Yeah, fine. I get that. But what I'm saying is like, in terms of the general windows, even if you lead an unconventional life,
Yeah.
but also nowadays, more and more people are Muslim and they're intermittent fasting. By the way,
Wait, sorry. Is that how you define a Muslim?
fasting is like a key tenet of Islam. It's one of the 5 pillars.
But intermittent fasting.
But it is basically Muslim fasting. Well, you framed it as intermittent. People go, oh, you've got intermittent fast.
Yeah.
They go, you got to squat when you shit and
Yeah.
piss,
Yeah.
right? They go, oh, you got to meditate if you can do it, I don't know, somewhere between 3 to 5 times a day for 10 minutes. And they're like, look at all these new age shit we found. And Muslims are everywhere going, what? Do you know what?
That's funny. That's very
It's so
funny.
stupid. But yeah,
I like that. But no. So you've heard it here from Eshaan Akbar. If you intermittent fast, if you shit,
if you
just
squat
shit.
when you shit,
Yeah.
just shit, yeah.
Just shit.
If you just- yeah.
Yeah, you're Muslim.
Yeah,
That's it.
and if you meditate,
Yeah, lovely.
just even if you do it more than once a day, if you're meditating more than once a day,
Yeah.
you're Muslim, bro.
I like that.
Like that's what's going on. But anyway, so yeah, the way she looked at me, I was like, don't be so judgmental, because we're all on different time schedules.
I think, you know what? We're becoming too Americanized with our customer service. I like the fact that she was a little bit sassy.
What
She should have been like, shut up, dickhead.
you want Chinese or Caribbean restaurant hospitality?
No, that's too far. that's too far the other way.
Somewhere in between.
Yeah, somewhere in between. I want her to be like, yo, you okay?
That's even worse.
Like, yeah, like just like a welfare check. Just like, yo, bro, why are you eating breakfast so late?
I got so upset, right, in my head between that walk from the shop to here. I was like, I'm going to start a porridge business. From 6 a.m. till 4 p.m., there's porridge available.
Eshaan's all-day breakfast cafe.
All day breakfast porridge. But also, you can have savoury and sweet porridges. If you want to invest, please write to us at Too Old Fashioned.
Also, I don't want to shit on your parade, by the way. If you
Make
were
sure you
on
squat
time,
when you do it. What?
Yeah. if you were on time, you would have got porridge. Do you know why? Do you know why I say this? Because I went to Pret 3 minutes before 12, and they had porridge.
Because they were in. I went to Pret 11:30. They had no bacon rolls.
11:30, no bacon rolls. Oh,
See,
I saw porridge.
You saw
porridge.
soup. It was a soup.
Sorry, yeah, lunch porridge. My
Yeah,
bad.
you saw soup is lunch porridge. You're right. You're
True. I know what porridge looks like, bro.
No, but the pot is the same.
Okay. No. So these were those like little, those overnight oat things in the
Oh, yeah.
bowl. Okay.
Also, basically,
What a
Yanis
throw.
has just chucked me some porridge from this stash that we've got in this room. And there's a lower sugar one. Maple and brown sugar. Once again, after the last week's fat counter, now instead of actually saying anything, people, they're just subliminally suggesting.
Yeah. I didn't say shit.
I fucking hate both of you, bro.
I didn't say anything.
This is,
You made your own fat joke that time. I didn't say anything.
but yeah, I couldn't believe that. But yeah.
I would be really interested to see what our listeners say, because I think that's absolutely fine.
I think it's unacceptable. I think porridge should be available till 2 in the afternoon.
2 in the afternoon, bro.
Yeah, because if you're intermittent fasting, your fasting window, you start eating at midday or 1 o'clock, right?
our like meal schedules don't follow how depressed you are in a year.
No, I'm just talking about the world that is intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
They usually eat between 12 till 6 or 12 till 8.
If you're do you intermittent fast?
Technically, yeah.
Okay, so
Does it count if you're asleep till 11:59? I'm not eating in my sleep. Does that count?
so funny. I intermittent fast technically. I'm only awake for 8 hours a day.
And I eat every hour. Why am I fat?
That's hilarious, right? If you intermittent fast,
Yeah.
I've never really done it.
Yeah.
Do you eat the full like breakfast, lunch? dinner?
No. So it's they're basically like reducing your calorie consumption window.
Yeah.
So they say between 12 and 8, that's your eating window. And you just eat up to your calorie amount. But for some people, it's like, I'll just have a brunch and then a late dinner. That's enough.
Gotcha. So you'll have 2 meals, but your full
Yeah,
calorie
yeah.
allowance.
Or
okay.
you might have 4 smaller meals or whatever it is.
What about when you're Muslim and you do the fasting until nighttime?
Well, this is like a big issue within the Muslim community, right? Because what will happen is
Out of everything, that's what you guys decide to focus on. I like that.
well, the fasting.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that is the big issue. There are no other issues with the Muslim community.
Yeah. The whole 12 months
Yeah.
you're just like, okay, what are we going to do for the fast?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it. There's no
Guys,
other
that's-
issues.
No.
Nothing.
100%. Yep.
Perfect.
Go on.
Basically, what's been happening is when I used to fast
Yeah.
and I used to like partake around, I took it so seriously. So I'd break my fast with 4 dates, a glass of milk, and a glass of water, which is the way the Prophet.
Dates as in the food, or?
Yeah, imagine you went on dates on an empty stomach with that breath. Yo, bruh. Shit. That's why Muslims don't date, because their breath smells.
During Ramadan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're saying it's because it's pious reasons, but no, it's because your breath smells.
Gotcha.
Right? But you eat 4 dates. I would eat 4 dates, a glass of milk and a glass of water, the way the Prophet would break his fast.
Yeah.
And after you do that, actually, you don't want to eat more because your body's like, fuck, you haven't eaten all day. But now they have these massive Ramadan feasts with like loads of deep fried food and rice and biryani. I think it's awful. But
Yeah.
that's the way people want to break their fast. But you find if you don't eat for a whole day or whatever, you can't actually eat that much. Like you're too
like gone.
yeah, your body just, as soon as it gets the first sign of food, it's like, fuck, I need to I'm not getting much food here. So, because your body gets confused and thinks you're like stuck in the middle of a rainforest or something.
Yeah.
You've had 1 date.
Do you know what? It's an interesting. I've always thought you raise a very good point. Do you remember we were talking about in one of the earlier episodes? We were talking about food and religion.
Yeah.
I've always thought that. So you've just said something that I've always thought about Sikhism, right? So it's like, so you break your fast. Well,
Do you
you
Sikhs have a fasting thing?
No. It's actually forbidden. But like, so you're fasting because it's like, oh, you want to remind yourself and humble yourself. Or this is how poor people live and stuff.
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah, surely you counteract it by like having these like massive feasts.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And this is what there's a big thing about like langar. You know
Yeah.
the concept of a free
Yeah.
kitchen within the gurdwara.
Yeah.
There's a big conversation where it's like, why are you making all of these like ornate foods and like s'mores that have been deep fried 8 times?
Oh, really? Are there some places that do like really like
Healthy, wholesome, simple food? Because that was the
it should be just like roti and dal, really.
yeah. So it's just like simple whole foods.
But are there some gurdwaras that do like samosa and
Oh, there's loads. Yeah. But there was like an
really,
big-
yeah.
And I've always thought that about like the fasting as well, because I obviously like the Muslims that I grew up with. Bro, listen, yeah, the trap line only runs. Listen, only runs after sunset to sun up, right?
Yeah.
And I've always thought that. I'm like,
I found it really weird because like Ramadan is supposed to, that's the name of the month, and that's the month that the Muslims believe the Quran was revealed to the Prophet.
yeah,
And the whole point of the month is you're meant to like read the Quran every single day, right?
yeah.
And every single chapter, and you pray a prayer called Tarawih at the end of the fast, where you hear the recitation of the Quran. Some of those nights are long, bruv. If there is an imam who is like training to get the big job, this guy,
Wait, sorry, what's the big job?
like the head imam of Wembley Cultural Mosque or whatever it is.
Raw Finsbury Park Mosque.
Yeah.
You got to cut your own hand off.
Yeah, exactly. Poke yourself in the eye with the hook. They basically, I don't know if this happens when there's Sikh recitations, but they'll read it really slow and purposefully.
Oh, like really give it some sauce.
Oh my God. And sometimes I remember when I used to pray, right? You go to the mosque, within the first couple of words, you knew whether you were in for a long night or a quick night.
Yeah.
Because the way I used to pray, like, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahman, like, just get it done. Right? As soon as the imam steps up, he's like, You're like, oh my God. Straight away texting my family saying, I'll see you tomorrow.
But no, I think there's something similar. Obviously, like at Gurdwara, like all prayers are like sung these melodic, beautiful. And I won't lie to you, when somebody nails it,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
it is beautiful.
Yeah.
But like there are times, right, where somebody hasn't nailed it,
Yeah.
and those times are always hilarious because like the I guess obviously I'm anglicizing here, so don't come at me in the comments. But it's like once the service finishes,
Yeah.
when the service finishes, you'll see like people like come out and they'll be like, yeah, that was a, yeah, that was, yeah.
One of my core memories, I was like 8 years old and I was in Bangladesh and it was Eid time.
Yeah.
And so I've got an uncle who converted to Islam from Hinduism, not just Hinduism, he was a Brahmin. He was like a Brahmin.
Oh, this is the uncle that was like on it in both religions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he converted to Islam, he's the only one in the family that properly prays 5 times a day. He's on it, right? So this uncle takes me for Eid prayer. And in Bangladesh, it's really fun because it's outside and it's like massive. And, you know, it's not a Muslim country per se, but it's a majority Muslim country.
Yeah.
We're praying, and all I can is at some point there was a lot of commotion and people are getting up in the middle of prayer. And when you're praying, you're not meant to move. You're meant to move, but you're not meant to be distracted. And then you hear on the mic that the imam's got sounds like thudding. Then you hear swearing. And then my uncle's like, he's very calm. He's like, right, we need to get up because there's going to be a stampede. What had happened is the imam had fucked up a couple of the prayers.
Oh.
3 people went on stage and started beating the shit out of him. And then one person got the mic and started hitting him with the microphone. So that's where the thudding was from. And I was like, this is crazy. Like the imam just got slapped up.
I'll tell you something that happened this week. That's so funny, right? I'll tell you something that happened this week. So I've got a niece and nephew. They're like 8 and 6, 5. Something like
Whose
that, right?
age did you get right?
I genuinely think neither. Right? So my sister, I call up my sister because my mum's like, I come in, and my mum's like, did you hear what happened? And I was like, normally somebody's died. And I was like, who's dead? And she was like, no. She's like, just call your sister. But she's like laughing, but she's also like embarrassed. And I'm like, what's going on? So I called my sister. And I go, what happened? She goes, oh my God. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
What ends up happening is my niece and nephew go to like C classes where they'll teach them how to pray, they'll teach them how to sing the like lovely melodic hymns, play the tabla, and it's like a class of like, let's say 30, right? And at the end of like the month or like the quarter or whatever, they'll do like a little performance, I guess, of the kirtan in the darbar, like in the gurdwara, right? And all the parents and grandparents and stuff go. So my whole family goes, right? My mum and dad's there, everybody's there, right? And then my niece and nephew are going through a stage where they start arguing over nothing. So my nephew is going first, and then my niece goes, but my niece jumped in, so they were singing together rather than him having like a solo. Bro, in front of the whole people, they start arguing over the mic. So they're doing this.
In the class?
No, in the performance.
Oh, shit.
They're in the gurdwara in front of like everybody, right?
That's so funny.
I was like, and she goes, I was so embarrassed. She was like, I was like, do I go up there? Like,
What do you do? How do you say the intervention?
It's just kind of like, everybody started laughing, right? Because they were like, yo, they're fighting. Yeah. And I was like, that is so funny.
Yeah, man. I wonder how they got out of that.
Oh, I wish I was there. I think there's a video of it somewhere. Maybe we'll play that on the
Get
next
that video,
episode.
we'll react to it.
Yeah.
That'd be so great. Hi guys, thanks for listening to this week's episode of Too Old Fashioned. We hope you're enjoying this episode. For this next section, it might be worth you watching the episode on YouTube, because we're going to be reacting to videos that you can't currently see. Thanks.
Okay, now we get into my favourite section of the podcast where I pick out videos for Eshaan to react to that I've come
Because I'm an
across
old
in the
man
week.
who doesn't use the internet.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be beautiful, right? So the first video I've got for you, I've titled it Mufti Madness.
Mufti Madness.
Mufti Madness,
Okay.
right? So you've got a clearly devout Muslim guy with the beard and the clothes and the whole get up.
Yeah.
He's at a dance performance, I would guess. Kind of like you have at weddings and stuff, where you have dancing performers on stage. And yeah, I'm just going to let you take it from there.
Okay. So there's a woman, fully clothed. She's got a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Right. She's poured the water down her top. And what? He's just drinking it from the bottom. What? The water's gone through her top, and he's just put his hand forward and drunk it like he's at a UN well or something. Why has he done that? It's so weird.
It's the fact that he was so respectful as well. He's like,
He just put his two hands out like he was drinking water, thanking the gods for this water that he's seen in a mirage. She poured it down her top, and he just drank it out from the bottom.
but why would you do that? Explain to your people. That was clearly Pakistan. Explain to your
It
people.
was Pakistan. Look, I can't explain that because I don't know.
I rate it. If
When
he did
when
that-
I do that kind of thing, they're usually naked.
Yeah, if he did that... Nah, what I'm saying is, if he did that in private,
Yeah.
that's game.
Yeah.
But there's a whole
But what,
audience.
2 hands worth? He's got both hands out like he's at a water fountain.
No. Like, if he did that in private, that's game. That's hot.
Yeah.
But to do it while there's a whole audience of
Behind
people,
you, and she's on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild.
And it being in Pakistan, also, he can't use the excuse I was drunk.
I mean, he might.
He did not look drunk.
He didn't look drunk. He looked very
Horny.
horny and thirsty.
So, in conjunction with Mufti Madness,
Yeah.
we've got Mufti Madness Part 2.
What? What? Is it from the same function?
They've got him twice, bruv. Look. Ready?
This is part 2.
Oh, no, it's not.
Part 2. Okay, so there she is again, fully clothed. There he is.
It's the same.
Oh
guy.
my lord! Right, it's the same guy. He's just got his tunic, lifted his tunic up, and started rubbing his own nipples. Right, and now he's doing some sort of weird dance. Running up to the stage as she's dancing. He just runs past her.
No, she stopped dancing.
She
And she's
stopped
like, what the
dancing.
hell's going on?
He's just done a some forward roll. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. He's dancing now. He's doing the cricket squirt thing.
Do you know how...
This is the weirdest dude. The thing is although I know he looks like Muslim to us,
Muslim, yeah.
he's just dressed like a Pakistani.
Yeah.
So he might not be religious.
Look at the face, though. He's
The
got the
face,
mufti
the
beard.
beard, all of that is giving like Islam proper.
Yeah.
But the guy lifted his tunic and started rubbing his own
Doesn't
nipples.
Pakistan also have public indecency laws?
They should do after that.
Did you also notice something in that video?
What?
In both of those videos, it's the same lady wearing a different dress.
Yeah.
Has he gone to the same show twice and acted out twice, and they've caught him in 4K twice?
Yeah, maybe he's just a big fan and he follows her wherever she's on tour.
Yo, I hope she's got security, bro.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't touch her. And he was like, she's on a
Technically.
higher stage.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Do you reckon she was prepared for him to drink the cleavage
No,
juice?
I think she looked like really shocked by that. She was surprised by that. But it's just, sometimes like, look, I get it. When you're attracted to someone, if you're with them in private, you might do some mad shit. Like lift your tunic up.
And
rub
I
your
encourage
nipples.
that. Do the weird shit.
Yeah. And you lift your tunic up and rub your nipples. I once dressed myself in vegetables for someone, right? You do weird shit like that sometimes. But to do it in public in front of other people, keep that shit private. Do you know what I mean?
Can we skip back?
What?
Let's ignore Mufti for a second. Right?
What?
What the hell was
What?
that about? You dress yourself in vegetables.
Yeah.
Don't act like I should know what you mean by that.
Basically, this ex of mine, we had a conversation about like life drawing and stuff. And I
Yeah.
said, I'd never do it. She goes, I think it'd be really funny if you were like, dressed up and you had all these fruit around you, right?
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, right, do you know what? When she goes to work, I'm going to surprise her
Yeah.
by getting myself dressed up in fruit and veg, right? But because I'll be naked, we're going to be ready to go, right? So I said to her, she had like a 15-minute walk home from work. So I said, when you're leaving work, let me know.
Yeah.
So I dressed myself. I say dress. I had like grapes on my
I was
nipples.
just about to say, you're saying dress
I-
yourself. You
I had-
can't wear grapes.
I had like grapes on my nipples. I had like a cucumber in the middle. I had like butternut squash on my cock. Right?
ambitious.
Right? It was. And so basically, I said to 15 minutes before you let me know. So I was going to use that period to like get myself ready, as it were.
Yeah.
Nice and hard, right? She messages, she goes, I'm leaving now. Then 10 minutes later, she messages saying, sorry, I just got caught up. I'm definitely leaving now. I just had to finish something. But at this point, I'm hard, right? So I'm like, okay, I'll keep going.
Wait, sorry, why are you hard? She hasn't turned up.
No, but I'm getting myself hard, ready for her to turn up. I'm getting myself what? I'm getting myself hard, ready for her to turn up.
Oh, this fucking butternut
No.
squash.
I was getting myself hard to surprise her behind the butternut squash. That was going to be the whole thing, right?
Oh, these lemons sting.
Right? So then she messages me 10 minutes later. She goes, I'm leaving now. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep myself hard. As I was doing it, I was getting into it. And then I'm definite. My hearing aid doesn't always, especially when I'm horny,
Yeah.
because the blood goes through my ears. So I'm like,
It knocks the frequency out, yeah.
yeah, it knocks my deafness out. So I'm keeping myself hard for 25 minutes at this point. She walks in, and the shock of it made me come over the butternut squash. By this point, one of the grapes has fallen. Jeez. I've come, and then she goes, we just wanking over some butternut squash.
Yo, you have this talent, right? You have this talent of turning a great story into something pathetic you did. Like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's like out there.
Yeah.
Then I just came on some butter squash. Yeah.
Because she just turned up, and it just like it was sudden. Do you know what I mean? But you can do that weird shit in your house. Don't do it in public. Maybe don't talk about it in public either.
I also like the fact that this started off with you being like, he's drinking water off the... I came on some butter squash.
No way, but I did it in private. Imagine if I came on to butternut squash at the market. That'd be weird.
Oh my god! I hope he threw that shit away, man. Right. So the second clip, the BBC went to a number of primary schools and they asked kids what they would do if they were prime minister for a day.
Yeah.
And they've gone to the town of Birmingham because, of course, and
Of
they've
course.
asked an 8-year-old Asian kid what's the first thing he would do
Yeah.
if he was prime minister.
Okay,
The
what does
Prime
8-year-old
Minister
Asian
should
kid say?
change the speed limit. It should be
He
like
would.
95.
Right, brilliant. Of course he would. That's all his cuzzy bros, isn't it?
It's the first thing he says is that they should not solve world hunger, no, change the speed limit to 95 miles.
95, bro. And what a specific limit as well. Why is it sub 100?
Because 95 is what my dad's Corsa does, isn't it?
And is that, maybe that's all the numbers he knows. He went to the highest number he knows. 95.
You know for a fact that guy's got a car finance deal right now.
Bro, that kid is going to be driving all manner of cars everywhere from the age of 14.
So, Yassine, what did you do with your weekend? What was your summer? Oh, sick whips, miss, isn't it?
Yeah, oh my God. The car thing, I just don't, it's never appealed to me. I've never been like, oh yeah, I really want to drive a big, like if I become a multimillionaire one day, I'd just buy like a classic old Rolls Royce. That'd be the thing that I'd
Like
a
Jimmy
vintage
Savile.
classic. Yeah, like Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you had good taste in cars.
Yeah, okay. I was so scared what you were going to finish that with.
You
I
can still commend
I
his car
understand the car
choices.
thing. I understand the car
Yeah, of course
thing.
you fucking understand the car.
No,
thing.
but it's like not having a nice car is nice. Like it changes your life.
No, but if you've got a car that does the job and is comfortable to drive, that's good enough.
Yeah,
But it
that's a
doesn't-
nice car. Though.
Yeah, no, but then you don't need to spend like an extra 50 grand just because it's got a BMW thing on it or a Mercedes thing on it. I think that's nonsense.
Nah, because you never owned one.
No, I have. Doesn't make a difference.
Nah, it does. It does. You don't know what you're talking about, right?
I do. I just make a difference.
Back to the clip. The funny thing here is that was the first thing that came into his mind. I love that.
You got to respect it.
I think that's commitment to the cause.
We need more issues-based politicians. Single issue-based politicians. Too many politicians try and do too many things.
He's like the antithesis of Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak's like, I've got this complex plan to stop the boats and immigration. I've got this complex plan to get everybody on RS3.
Yeah. What's an RS3?
It's Audi. It's the one that like all Bradford boys buy.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of Asian rude boys, there's Beamers.
Yeah. VW Golf. Cuzzy.
VW Golf Cuzzy.
It's like a hierarchy, right? So like Asian whip driver, right? So it starts off at a sick used 2007 VW Golf, bro. Yeah,
Black or blue?
Black has to be black.
Black or
right?
blue?
Yeah,
Dark
yeah.
blue.
You get anything else?
Like
I
the
don't know.
bruises they inflict on women.
Yeah, and then it's
That was a thought that came into my head and I said it.
yeah. Let's cut that out. Yeah.
No, keep it.
And then it goes either a BMW 3
BW.
BWs, right?
Basically, the more letters they learn, they add.
Yeah. A BMW,
Yeah.
right? 3 Series or a like knockoff Audi or something.
Yeah.
And then when man's starts doing the malls, starts dealing and shotting and that,
Yeah.
sick RS3, cuzzy.
Oh, is it?
Audi, yeah. That's
Is it
how
not
you know
like
man's a 30 driver in that.
Is Range Rover like a white rude boy car?
Range Rover used to be like an actual Range Rover. If a drug dealer had a Range Rover, you just like leave him alone because that
Okay.
guy has actual power.
Right,
Because that's a $100,000 car.
Yeah,
Whereas a
yeah.
$50,000 car, you can get on. That's why an Audi RS3 is achievable because it's like a $50,000 car. Anybody could get a $50,000 loan.
I once picked up drugs from a guy who.
Let's not say this. Let's not say this on the podcast.
Why?
Let's not incriminate ourselves. No, I'm not having this. Let's move on to the next clip.
Really?
Yep.
I think it. Why? I don't care.
Okay, yeah, I tried. I
What?
tried to keep. Go on, finish the story. Go on.
Yeah.
You once picked up drugs.
Right. I once picked up drugs from a guy who was driving a Ford Fiesta.
Oh,
Ford Focus.
okay. Sorry, using. I thought you meant dealing. That's why I was like, let's not get into that. I didn't realize you were talking about using drugs. Okay, cool. Go on.
Yeah. What?
I thought you were gonna be like, oh yeah, one time I picked up drugs, like, because I don't do drugs in it. So I was like, oh, he means dealing.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
I'd be a terrible drug dealer.
Yeah, you just.
I'd be an awful drug dealer.
Yeah,
I wouldn't hear the order properly.
Anyways, I've got your kilo of cocaine.
I went to pick up drugs. The guy was driving a Ford Fiesta, yeah? And basically, it was my first time picking them up. So I didn't know what I was doing. So I walked up to the driver's side and like bent over the window like I was a prostitute, right? And then he goes,
All right, big boy.
so then he goes, go to the other side, right? So I'm like, all right. So I walk over to like where you would sit if you get an Uber. So he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, what? You told me to go on the other side. He goes, no, the other side. So I went, right. So I went behind his seat. And then he's like, bruv, come to the front. I'm like, oh shit. So then as I was walking, I was like, okay, he doesn't want me to sit behind him, obviously, because he's a drug dealer, so he doesn't know. It's like a safety thing.
No, I think it's a common sense thing. I think he was just trying to teach you how to interact.
Anyway, so I get in the front. I open the front door, but it's a Ford Fiesta, so I need more space.
You start messing around with the seat. Fucking making yourself at home. He's like, what the fuck are you messing around looking for my drugs?
Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I can't fit. I need to sit down. So I sit down. And he looks at me and he goes, is it your first time? I'm like, no.
No, man, seasoned drugs importer.
Anyway.
If I was him, I wouldn't have dealt to you. I would have left it alone.
What, because you would have thought I was some sort of undercover agent, didn't know what the fuck he was doing?
I don't think an undercover agent would ever act that dumb. I'll be like, this guy's dumb. He doesn't need drugs. He's on them already.
He's already on the, yeah, it was awful. Just by my own station. It was just so weird. The whole thing was so weird.
Right. Okay.
I felt for him. Hi guys, thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of Two Old Fashioned Podcasts with me, Eshaan Akbar, and him, Preet Singh. Remember, you can sign up to our Patreon for just £1 a month for life for the first 100 people that sign up. We've only got about 70 places left. You get, for £1 a month, early access, you get the Patreon afters, and you get to see early access to all our Patreon specials coming down the line. What other tiers are there?
We got a £3 tier as well. We got a £10 tier. You get a bunch more exclusive offers. So you get the afters, bonus episode. You get merch. You get percentages off tickets, live shows and things as well. So just go over to the Patreon, check out the 3 tiers. You'll see a detailed description of what you can get extra, but we'll see you over there.
So go and sign up, patreon.com/2 Old Fashioned Pod. So every week we offer our advice, our sage wisdom, because I am a sage, wise old man who has lived his life with aplomb and grace and kindness. And Preet is a young, ambitious, hopeful boy who seeks advice from me because I give him so much wise, kind guidance. You can also have the same by getting in touch with us at 2 Old Fashioned on social media and on emails. You write in your requests and Preet reads them out, and then you hear my advice. It's good, isn't it? That's right, isn't it? See how motivated he is.
Thank you to all of you for submitting. I don't understand what that fucking intro
I
was.
thought it was great.
Sage advice. Not once have you given any advice to anybody that has been useful.
I think every bit of advice I've given on this podcast has been nothing but stellar.
I listened back to our episode. Do you know what the funniest thing in the whole episode was for New Year's?
What?
It was you telling somebody to wear a velvet blazer.
Yeah. Let me know if you wore a velvet blazer and whether or not you pulled that night. I guarantee 100% success rate.
I would love for everybody to send in their 2008 velvet blazer pictures. Right. Despite your atrocious life advice, right, a lot of people did get in touch. So thank you to everybody that did get in touch. Obviously, we can't read all of them out, so we just pick a couple to...
We pick the best ones. If you request a shit, we're not going to read them.
Yeah, there were, and I don't want to put this person on blast. Somebody just sent in food ? Advice.
What?
That was it.
Is that Eshaan?
Yanis, you fucking prick. Dickhead. Put that fat counter on as well. Yeah.
No,
Mate-
I haven't made one fat joke so far.
There's still time.
Yeah, there is still time. Right, okay, so I picked two from the submissions. This one had the subject, this one came in via email. The subject was flatmate or freeloading stranger. Hi, I'm a 26-year-old teacher sharing a flat with my best mate from uni. Lately, it's like she's turned our flat into a free hostel for her friends.
Oh.
There's always someone random crashing on the sofa, eating our food, and using my skincare.
Yeah.
Brackets, yes, I noticed.
Yeah.
The worst part, she's never asks me first. It's just, oh, this is Josh. He's staying for a few days.
Right.
I'm losing my patience, but don't want to blow up our friendship. How do I tell her to stop taking the piss without causing drama?
Get the Reform Party to turn up to your house, because it sounds like this person doesn't respect boundaries, doesn't respect borders, doesn't understand that this person is just freeloading from the state being you, right? So you need to make sure that this person is deported out of the house and back to wherever the fuck they came from.
Your initial advice, the first thing that popped into your head, Nigel Farage needs to get involved in this. I like that. Yeah. I reached back because there was a couple of details missing, right? So I reached back and the answer, this is a London flat. Yeah. Right, so the rent's going to be expensive. Yeah. And she does not know these people. So it's not
she
mutual
doesn't know the people
friends.
that are coming in.
Yeah, it doesn't know. It's not mutual friends and stuff. My advice here is you need to find better friends
to live with.
Yeah, because not all friends are people that you can live with.
Oh, so this is a friend, not just a stranger.
No, this is a friend from uni.
Oh, right, yeah.
So they got into a house share.
Yeah.
And then now she's like taking a piss with boundaries.
The other thing you could do, because you're a friend from uni, every time she does something to piss you off, get an embarrassing picture of her and put it on the hallway. In the hallway.
She's trying not to blow this friendship up.
Fucking blow that shit up, bro. That was a bit too Muslim.
That was that.
You
Nigel Farage is going to come in here.
Yeah. Listen, you need to embarrass this friend, and whoever this Josh guy is, obviously little fuck friend that's coming in.
No. So not to interrupt your advice. This was another thing I clarified. Are these people that she's seeing or fucking? No. There's a couple of people that have been like friends with benefits and stuff. Yeah. Which I think is even stranger, because why is your friends with benefits staying with you for 3 days?
No, that can work. That makes sense.
Fuck off. I'm sorry. If I lived with somebody and they were like, hey, I'm going to go to work, but this random person
is going to be here for 3 days.
No.
But what if the friend with benefits lives in another part of the country and is staying with you for 3 days?
Well, fuck off, bruv. Ask my permission first.
No, for you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like me bringing the friend with benefits.
Yeah.
Because you said a friend with benefits.
If we lived together and you were like, oh, hey, this is like so-and-so from Manchester. She's going to be here for 3 days.
Yeah.
I would be like, no. Prior to it, if you're like, hey, do you mind if so-and-so comes through? Then I'll be like, okay, cool. Whatever. That's fine.
But you want to be asked first.
100%. It's only respectful. You share that space.
Yeah.
If you want, like,
but it's also my space.
No, it's not your space. It's our space. That's the share agreement that you've made. Yeah. If you want your space, go pay the rent for it. Then it could be a homeless shelter for whoever you want.
Yeah, but what if you're not home all the time?
Irrelevant. None of this is consensual.
Well, hopefully the people staying over is consensual. She's not just picking people off the street and saying, you're staying with me for the next 3 days.
Bro, I don't know. It sounds like she's naughty enough to do it.
Personally, I just think that you need to embarrass this friend who's bringing all these people in.
All right, his advice is to embarrass the friend. My advice is find better friends, because that person doesn't respect your boundaries. Break it off.
Or maybe that person doesn't understand how to share a space with someone else that isn't their family.
Okay, actually, you saying that has just triggered a thought. Because they're just outside of uni, and uni, you live chaotically. Don't you?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
You soften me. Okay, maybe just have a conversation with her.
Change the locks. Next time she's out, just change the fucking locks.
And be like, sorry, me and Josh are living here now.
Yeah. Josh has moved in, bruv.
Oh, yeah, just start fucking the people.
Yeah. Fuck whoever she brings in.
Yeah.
Male or female, doesn't matter, just fuck them.
Make it so awkward.
That is good advice.
Yeah, I also feel like there's an inherent, because they're two women that are staying together, that's inherently quite dangerous. That friend should respect you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's our advice. Have a conversation.
Preet's always a lot kinder than I am. He's a lot more serious about these things.
No, I started off being like, break the friendship up, but then you made a very good point, and I was like, yeah, fair.
There you go.
I feel like that's an insight into my psyche. First thing is like, I don't need this.
Yeah,
friend.
yeah.
John, all right, that's that. Thank you for writing in. We got a spicy one in my Instagram DMs. I actually know this person as well.
Ooh.
This person's a follower, yeah. And I heard about this story as it was happening.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, because like we kind of know each other.
Right.
Caught my young boss watching porn. That's my summary.
Right. Okay.
I wrote that. Okay, so I'm a 39-year-old marketing manager working under a boss who's only 27. Bit awkward already.
Right.
Last week, I came in early to prep for a big client meeting and caught him in the office watching porn on his laptop. He panicked, slammed the screen shut, and now he's acting over-friendly, offering me coffees, asking about my weekend, the lot. I haven't told anyone, but it's so awkward in meetings, especially when he avoids eye contact. I don't particularly like this boss either. Do I call him out, report it, or just ignore it and hope it goes away?
Is this person
Help.
writing in a woman?
No, it's a man.
And is the boss a man, presumably?
A man.
Who's watching porn early in the morning at work?
So, like I said, I've got added context here, right? So my friend is a very straight and narrow dude, right?
Yeah.
He's a little bit...
Sounds boring.
Yeah.
He's boring.
Because my initial thought was, I was like, you've hit the fucking jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, start fucking taking a piss, bruv. Like,
Yeah.
you know, fuck it. They also take, because then I was like, you've got the proof, and he's like, but I don't, because they use their personal laptops for work,
Right.
because they don't deal with any sensitive information. It's all
Right.
like design work and shit.
Right.
And he was like, I don't have any proof, and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be tricky, because I was like blackmailing immediately.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever watched porn at work?
No.
I have.
Why? Why would you do that? There's not a sexier environment.
I watch porn on my phone.
But why would you do this?
Sometimes you get stressed at work and you don't wank in the middle of the day. Have you never wanked in the office? Have you never? Really?
What the fuck is wrong with you? No.
I've wanked in every office I've worked in.
You've also... This is becoming a recurring theme. I've fucked in every office I've worked in. That I can understand.
I know I've wanked in every office I've worked in.
Why?
Sometimes it works slow.
Go for a fucking coffee. Watch The Sopranos or something.
How many coffees can you have in a day?
How many wanks can you have in a day?
On a working day too.
What is wrong with you, bro?
Just go to the toilet, get it up on your phone.
Do you ever like think that this is like, you're so lucky you found stand-up?
Why?
There's no other job you could do.
I was good at my job. I wasn't doing it in the office. I was doing it in the toilet.
How long until somebody found out?
How is anyone going to find out?
Bruv, you get out of breath tying your shoes. Do you know the sounds that they were hearing out of that cubicle?
No, I don't make sound when I wank. I wank silently because I grew up in a family home. So I had to learn how to have sex and wank quietly.
Why do you make it sound like this is the perfect crime?
It is the perfect crime. But anyway, I don't think you should be watching porn at work early in the morning.
So
Mid-afternoon.
Your issue from the whole story that this guy's given you is, that's weird.
Yeah.
Watching it early in the morning.
Hey, come on, that's too early.
I think the whole thing is weird, and my whole thing was like, he should try and blackmail him.
For what? Like
But he
he's watched
can't.
porn at work. All right, so
If it was a work laptop, you get in trouble for that.
yeah, work,
100%.
yeah, like that MP did in the House of Parliament. Remember?
Yeah.
And he said I was looking for tractors.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I don't think any of this is good.
If it's on your personal laptop, as long as it's not impeding your work, I don't care in it. As long as the work gets done.
I was also very interested to see like what kind of category it was,
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
because if it was just like Nuts magazine, or if he's like scrolling through Field,
Yeah.
that's different.
No, but even if it's hardcore porn. If I was his boss,
Yeah.
right, I would have been like, listen, it's not ideal. It's a bit icky. As long as the work gets done, whatever it takes, if you need to have a wank at work for you to get your work done, I don't care. I was good at my job because I had 2 wanks a day in the office.
Sorry, so
Not every day.
your advice isn't for the person that's written in. Your advice is for the boss.
Yeah.
Which is turn it into a work policy.
Yeah. And don't do it in the morning. You need your brain clear in the morning to set up the day. Most of us, when we work in an office, we get all our work done by midday. That's the truth. If you focus, first 4 hours of the day, get your work done, Bob's your uncle, have some lunch, have a wank, come back, play solitaire, go to the pub. That's a good working day.
You have no idea how lucky you are.
That's how work should be. That's how it used to be when I used to work.
So lucky. But okay, so that's your advice, yeah? Your advice is forget my friend. It's to the boss.
Yeah.
Introduce a work policy.
Yeah.
Don't watch it in the mornings.
Yeah.
And my advice was try and find proof so you can blackmail him.
Yeah. I think I'm right.
Okay.
All right, well, that's it for this week. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode. It was really fun.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed this one.
Really fun time. Give us a 5-star on Spotify. Give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Also, remember, you can still sign up to our Patreon. We've only got like 45 places left for the £1 a month deal for life. So if you want early access and then access to all our future stuff, please do sign up for that. Thanks again for listening and see you again next week.